Hello Bitzbox. In this video I'm going to be looking at and painting some miniatures by Wargame. So these are a Patreon who supply STLs and they do some really amazing looking miniatures. Really good stuff if you're into your Imperial Guard. They're doing some like Thunder Warrior style Space Marines, which looks really cool. And yeah, they kindly sent us over some of these Catachan style guardsmen to print and paint, which is really awesome of them. They also made some arms for our website, so we're selling some like Primaris Space Marine sized bear arms. So you know, they're really cool for if you want to do some World Eater conversions, like bear arms, or you just want your Space Marines to have their arms bare for whatever reason. I'm going to put some on some Reavers, which I think would be quite cool. So we do them, and we're going to do some smaller guard size as well, which might not be on the website by the time this video is out, but if you're watching in the future, they should already be available. So yeah, really cool of them to do that for us in exchange for us to make a video looking at their products. And yeah, they've been quite fun to paint. So we're going to look at the build plate first. So you'll notice that they have the bases with the models on the pre-supported files. Now I'm not a huge fan of this myself. I don't like printing bases at all. I'd sort of avoid that when I can. I do quite basic bases on a lot of my miniatures, which is something I don't want to be doing too much in the future, but yeah, I just don't like printing resin bases too much. Just easier to... I'd rather print out the little bits to go on the bases, but just save some resin, and you know, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of plastic bases around here, so we don't really need any. But for the purposes of this, I just printed them anyway. And you'll notice it's quite a large build plate because I am using the Saturn II from Elegoo, which is an awesome printer. And I was a little bit naughty here. This is my first print on that printer, and I didn't dial in the settings. You really should just dial in the settings, do some trial and error with calibration files to try and get the settings just right. Since I've done this video, I have managed to do that, but I just wanted to dive straight in. And most of them printed okay. There was a couple of failures, and one poor little guy did fall in. He sort of fell off his supports and was just dangling. His legs were just sticking up in the resin, so that could just been an issue with supports, or maybe just my lift speed probably needs to be slowed down a little bit. But most of them did print, although I did notice a few little misprinted bits later on. So eventually I ended up with just 6 miniatures to paint, but that's fine. And because I only had 6, I thought it might be a good opportunity to just try and paint them in an evening. I don't want to spend too much time on these. I've got lots of horror stuff to paint, and lots of stuff for my Chaos Space Marines as well that I want to do. So I don't really want to spend a lot of time painting these. So I thought a nice, quick, simple paint job, only a tabletop standard, and using some contrast paints as well. That gives me a chance to use a couple more of the contrast paints from the new line as well. So yeah, I literally just put aside an evening, a few hours, just to batch paint these up and get them painted. And it's just quite an enjoyable little thing to do, just sit down. I can't remember what I had something on I was watching, I can't remember what. But yeah, I was doing that, having something on in the background to watch, and just having a nice chilled evening painting these miniatures. And yeah, the detail on them is really nice. Obviously the Saturn II is an 8K res screen, so it prints really nice detail. A lot of the resin parts that we sell on site now will be printed on that machine or on the Mars 3, so quality is quite decent. But yeah, these look really nice, and the size is quite good as well. They're a little bit too big for their bases, but obviously they're trying to replicate the standard sort of GW size base size for guardsmen, so that's fair enough. But yeah, they look really, really good, and I think they'd fit into a Catachan army quite well. So yeah, these ones were just from their HQ miniatures, but they're all really nice. And yeah, I could maybe print some more out and make a little kill team with them or something, but I don't really game much these days, so I just paint a lot of miniatures just for the sheer pleasure of it. And yeah, I really like painting these, and I really like the emerald green on the base that I use for relief. That's one of the new contrasts. Which looks really nice, really striking. I do like these big leaves they put on the bases. So yeah, after an evening of painting, this is the result I've got. So obviously, I could have spent more time on them if I wanted to, but I think I got them to a fairly sort of okay-ish standard. For the amount of time, I've probably spent only about 4 hours painting the whole lot, which sounds like a long time, but when you sort of break it down, and you're waiting for washes to dry and things like that, trying to sort of do other areas while washes are drying, and little things like that, I think for a few hours it's pretty decent. So a big thanks to Good Game Wargame for sending over these STLs and making some for our website as well, and that's really, really good of them. And we'll put a link to them obviously in the description down below. I'm going to put a link up to them on our website as well. And yeah, big shout out to them, and do check them out, because the miniatures look brilliant and the details fantastic. And yeah, it's certainly one to keep an eye on for sure. So yeah, if you enjoyed this little video, then please do feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Not all our videos are just adverts for other companies who free print stuff, but a lot of them do reach out to us, and we love just showing off miniatures from other companies. So whenever we get an opportunity to do so, 9 times out of 10 we will. But yeah, I've got some ideas for some conversion videos coming up, so look out for them in the future. And all I've got to say is thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.